Well, this is a love story, and in some ways it's a very typical love story. And in other ways, it's...
Just not.
Yeah. The girl is a really good friend of mine. We're going to call her Sarita, and the boy we'll call Simon. When was the first time that you ever saw Simon?
I don't remember the exact moment, but I do remember sitting in the lunchroom with the girls at the table and sort of scoping out the boys. And he was definitely the skinniest. He just looked like a really nice guy, olive-skinned, thick hair, and he made really good eye contact to the point where it's a little flirty. There's no break in the eye contact. It's like constant. To the point where I think it could be uncomfortable for some people, but I really liked it.
When was the first time you talked to him?
Well, we had a class together our freshman year. We talked a lot in class and after class, on the paths around campus.
And that's how it went, all freshman year.
Sophomore year.
Junior year.
Mm-hmm.
They were sort of like particles that just kept colliding.
In the lobby of the dorm, on the sidewalk.
And each time it was new.
A new topic or a new idea.
For instance, one of them would walk by carrying a book.
Poisonwood Bible.
And the other one would say, "Oh, I love that book."
Yeah.
They just clicked.
And again, the eye contact. We would talk and be connected with the eyes. That's what I really was falling for about him. And there was like an attentiveness beyond.
I want to ask you one thing, which, like, you just said I'm falling for him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way it felt? I mean, people always say falling in love. Did it feel like falling?
Yeah, it does, because it feels out of control. And there's a moment where it feels like I let go and allow myself to feel it totally.
Though there were some moments where she wondered if she should.
Yeah.
Like sometimes she'd walk by Simon on the path, look up and smile.
And he'd snub me.
But then
We run into each other and we talk.
she'd let herself start falling again.
This is really fun in this moment. And I realized years later that every time we ran into each other, he has no idea that those were me.
Really?
Yeah.
So they embark on this relationship, which, you know, has its quirks. And somewhere along the line, Sarita found out that eye contact that drew her in, it wasn't really about her. It was something he did
With everyone. On the off chance that they're his friend.
Wow.
That's what I think the eye contact is.
Did that make you step back at all?
No. By then, I had already fell. And so the idea of impermanence and, you know, we think we have a self, but what really is a self, what it means to know someone, all of that was part of my world. And so this idea that
A year and a half goes by, and then one day,
he just wasn't sure that he loved me, and then at that point kind of backtracked and denied having ever really loved me. Yeah. But that's how it was.
did you feel like you at a certain point started to actually fall out of love with him? Like,
No, there was no falling. It was just like I was at the bottom of a well, sitting and stewing. I loved him. Yeah. So much.
and would you see him in the neighborhood? Because you're still neighbors, right?
Right. Yeah. We would see each other around at parties, and he was working at a restaurant that had an outdoor patio. And I walked by there a few times without him knowing it was me, where I could see him and look at him.
But you got to just be hidden.
Yeah. I got to just walk by.
Yeah.
So there is comfort in that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's hard. hard somehow. That I wouldn't see her. It's like she faded back into the crowd. Quickly.
I had become lost.
It's actually haunting to me.